Alright, let's talk about alternate picking arpeggios. So I'm gonna show you a few examples first, and we'll talk about it. So this first one is from Crossroads, the movie. There's a guitar duel scene there. Goes something like this. Second one that I know is from Symphony X. There's a song called In the Dragon's Den, and it had an arpeggio section that goes like this. The technique is a little bit sloppy. Alternate picking arpeggios is kind of difficult, at least for me. But anyway, that's okay. Next example is from John Petrucci's Damage Control. It goes something like this. And the last one that I'm going to show you in this video is Michelangelo Battio's No Boundaries. So those are a few examples of alternate picked arpeggios, and some of it wasn't really cleanly played, but to be honest, I haven't been playing alternate picking using arpeggios because it's rare that or at least I play them now. I only learned those lines because I learned those songs. So basically, I only encountered alternate picked arpeggios when I learned songs that had alternate picked arpeggios. So the way I would recommend practicing this is kind of different from alternate picking diatonic scales. So with diatonic scales, we were more in depth. We discussed, or I showed you, like, to form scale fragments and connect them in strings and in positions. We talked about one string and two string scale fragments and how to make or practice three or more string scale fragments. And but with arpeggios, since it's rare that we alternate pick arpeggios, because if you have like a line like this, let's say that's an arpeggio and that's alternate pick. But for me, if I were to play that, I'd rather do hammer-ons and pull-offs. It's much easier that way. So the only reason why I do alternate pick arpeggios is when I learn a song and the guitarist like John Petrucci, Michael Romeo from Symphony X, and Michelangelo Battio, when I learned their songs, they had a part there that the arpeggio section that was alternately picked. So that's why I had to learn it that way as well. But in my opinion, for me, if I were to choose to play this, I might do hammer-ons and pull-offs and not pick every note. So it's much easier. But you can alternate pick them, and the way I would recommend to practice that is just learn songs. You don't have to, if you don't learn songs that have alternate picked arpeggios, then you don't have to do them. But if you want to do alternate picked arpeggios, then just learn a song that has an alternate picked arpeggio section and learn that piece. And the same thing with every other technique or any other piece that you're working on. If you can't play it fast, then use a metronome. If it's 16 notes or triplets, start at a tempo that you're comfortable with and just gradually work your way up to the desired speed. And I guess there's no way around that. So the difference between alternate picking using diatonic scales and alternate pick arpeggios. Diatonic scales, you can use it more often, you can practice it more often. That's why we were more in depth. I was discussing more about scale fragments. So you can use it more in your improvisation, in your soloing, in your lines. But with arpeggios, there are many other ways, for me at least, in my opinion. There are many other ways that are better. Like you can string skip, you can sweep, you can do hammer-ons and pull-ups. So it's just up to you, but if you really want to learn alternate picking arpeggios, then use a metronome, start slow, and work your way to speed.